Hey there, my name is Nasadi, and today I'll be looking at the question, what is wealth inequality and what are the driving factors behind it in the UK? But first of all, we need to answer the question, what is wealth inequality? When we look at what wealth is and the inequalities of that, do we just look at the money you have, your occupation, your habits? Let's get right into it. Although those are some noticeable factors from the bottom, I believe there's some more factors that could be argued from the top. For example, Rachel Reeves. Recently, the news has came out that Rachel Reeves is considering softening the changes in inheritance tax to non-dom or non-domestic individuals and investors. And when I say non-doms, I'm talking about the top 5%, top 1%. And so I think by giving into this lobbying and giving into these people, I think it would just reduce like a large proportion of the government budget and tax revenue that they could then reallocate. This brings me to my main point really, the redistribution of wealth. Now, with less taxes, there'll be less redistribution of wealth because there's less budget for the government to spend. And how can the government make money appear out of thin air without inflation? Can the government make money out of thin air? Can it just make it, appear? No, not really. But they can raise money through other means, such as cuts in spending or taxation. However, it's going to be very difficult for stuff like that to occur. With taxation, we can look at stuff like people will be less likely to work, people will start complaining, maybe they won't get re-elected. With cuts in spending has already been dropped like a lot, especially with spending on benefits and low incomes. Over here, you can see that there's been large cuts in PIP, large cuts in universal credit that's affected over 150,000 people in low-income homes and almost 50,000 children in low-income homes. How can the government redistribute wealth in today's economy?
One way the government can definitely redistribute wealth within the economy is through increasing social mobility amongst generations.
What I'm trying to say is that we should abolish wealth, and everyone should just work for their own keepsake.
We need the government to spend more money on healthcare, as we need more doctors involved, as there's a lot of patients and they're getting overflown with so many patients, and healthcare is a very important issue because without health, people won't live for a long time.
Influence taxation. So I feel like that involves making the tax system more progressive whilst reducing indirect taxes such as VAT, because those are known as regressive taxes and they negatively impact wealth distribution in the UK.
Rather than just giving out benefits, we use the taxation, our tax revenue, to invest more in things like education, training, better infrastructure. These things that all culminate in a better, everyone has more economic opportunity. That's the best way to put it. And that way, wealth becomes like a thing where it's accessible to all.
Now, those were some very good opinions, very good assessments. I'd like to, consider some other factors. And we can't really cover every single thing in today's video, but we can also consider some other factors of wealth inequality. One of them being the disparity in opportunities and investment between different locations and areas. For example, the north of England versus the south of England. Now, in the south of England, there's much more investment and much more MNCs coming into the south of England to hire skilled workers. And also you can talk about education, which is a very large factor in how people gain jobs and escape generational poverty. There's so many other things that I could have covered today, but I can't just fit onto one little 5-minute video. That's going to be my entry for the Young Economist of the Year 2025 award. And I thank you, all the judges who took the time out of your day to watch this video. Thank you very much and goodbye.